Going live. We're in Virginia. I'm at Rappaport here with my brother. My brother's really excited about Periscope. Not really. Yes, he's wearing a cool Star Wars shirt though, right? What Star Wars shirt is that? Where'd you get that?
I don't know. I don't remember where I got it, but it's got a TIE Fighter on it though, so that's pretty cool.
TIE Fighter makes pretty cool.
And next to me chasing it.
So we're going through Virginia, DC, Maryland. So it's Comic-Con's going on. We've never been to Comic-Con, just New York Comic-Con. So do you think what do you think about San Diego Comic-Con, and is it worth even going to? Because you're talking about all the different companies that have all their own conventions now, right?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's just a lot of waiting in line, but I guess that's what most of the conventions are at this point. I mean, I guess it could. I mean, you know, I think if you go and just don't expect to see. I think if you go and there are people who are waiting in line for the Star Wars panel at 5:30 today, yesterday at 5. So you basically spend
12 hours of your life.
No, I would say 24 hours. Well, you have to wait overnight, and then you get in. You have to wait through a bunch of panels you probably don't care about because you can't leave, or else they give away your spot, and then just to see something that you'll see online in a few weeks. I don't know. Right. I mean, I guess if you are going to hang out with,
But I've been, CES, been to some of these places, and you do wait in line a long time, and so a lot of your, excitement is waiting in line. Hey, Eric Gilston. But so Walking Dead, they just did their season 6 trailer. I basically watched it. My brother's a little behind on it, on the show. We keep watching it. I don't know.
Never gonna get anything.
My brother smoke a blunt. Yeah. Blunt. You have any opinion?
I don't have one for them, and I'm driving right now. But I'll see what I can do. So.
So you do. You're more of a brownie guy, right? From back
these days, not really.
These days.
At all, so.
Maybe 10 years ago. Not even. So maybe there's a. Do you think there's a Comic-Con drug culture for sure? The kids these days with the Flacca and their Molly, or?
I don't really think so, because I think if you are going to Comic-Con,
you want to be totally.
You gotta be pretty. I mean, I would say caffeine is probably the #1 drug.
Caffeine is the drug. Nature Tech, what's up? So what are you looking forward to as far as movies or TVs in the next year? This is my brother Seth, by the way.
What am I looking forward to?
In Virginia.
I don't. I mean, obviously, episode 7. That looks,
Episode 7's the top, right? And so
I would say it has to be the top. I mean, the new James Bond looks pretty good, though.
And what do you think? So, what do you think about Daniel Craig being replaced by Damian Lewis? Is that happening?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Idris Elba has been rumored. I don't know. I think it's time for Daniel Craig to end it after this one.
He doesn't mean end it. He means stop.
No, I mean stop being Bond.
Daniel Craig's doing it right. Yeah.
It means it's number 4 for him. I mean, 2 out of 3 have been good.
Hey, Carlos, say lousy Eddie and Vito.
What,
do you think so? Who is the best Bond in your opinion? Do you have a best Bond or James Bond? Everyone out there, who's your favorite James Bond?
Probably, I don't know. I mean, Craig's up there.
Yeah, Craig? I like Pierce Brosnan.
Connery.
He's underrated now.
Brosnan's a little too... Yeah, I don't know. Brosnan's fine. I mean, the problem is
Sean Connery's the best. Yeah.
I mean, well, I would say, Craig is kind of hard to compare to the rest of them, mostly because they're going for basically the Bourne ripoff with these movies. They're much the idea of Bond's much different.
Right.
With Connery and Moore and Brosnan and Dalton, it was that much. Daniel Craig is much more of a which basically was smart for them. They ripped off they said, oh well, the Bourne movies are successful. Let's make the Bond movies, because the Brosnan movie is basically they got worse. I mean, GoldenEye was his best one, and they got worse from there. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember Tomorrow Never Knows, where Halle Berry with the whole the media corporations are taking over the world.
Yeah, I don't think anybody looks at a Bond movie or a Bourne movie and they really think story, do they? Do you think story, or are you just excited?
Skyfall. I say a story on Sky. I mean,
Casino Royale.
I mean, not so. Quantum of Solace was not good, but I mean, I would say Skyfall's got to be up there with in the Bond pantheon. It's really good.
The Bond pantheon. I like how that sounds. Hey, Ian Durrance. And so now all Fear the Walking Dead's coming out. Do you have any high hopes for either of those shows?
Jessica Jones could. I mean, I think Kristen Ritter seemed like pretty good casting. I don't know. I mean, a lot. You know, we'll see. But
did you read the comic at all? Like, where does Jessica?
Yeah.
Give a little background. Jessica Jones. Where does Jessica Jones fall into the Marvel lore, and how important is she?
I assume they're gonna base it on the Brian Michael Bendis series Alias, which is basically about how Jessica Jones, who's a superhero, like she just decided to stop using her powers and basically become
human,
just like she was a detective. So and it's really gritty and really dark, and I don't know if that's what they're gonna do or not.
Yeah, I don't see Kristen Ritter being that dark. Do you?
Well, I mean, I assume based on what I haven't seen Daredevil before with Daredevil and with
her brother stuff. Daredevil was awesome. Yeah, Daredevil. I don't know. He hasn't seen it yet, but he's got because he has 2 kids. He has a newborn, and he's busy. But he's gonna get to it.
But that could be good. I don't know. I don't know in terms of like the rest of this year. I mean, Fear the Walking Dead could be
okay. The LA. I think it'd be cool to see some of the LA locations. Might be cool. Possibly.
It just seems like there's only so much that they're going to be able to do that's different, and
right. They're not going to do what I want. What I want is like total celebrity cameo, Zombieland ripoff. I want to see Conan O'Brien as a zombie, but they're not going to do that because it doesn't fit the world, right?
Why do you want to see that?
See, this is why we love it. I just think that'd be cheesy fun. Ian and Lousy Eddie, what's up?
Well, like there was the Zombieland TV show, and it was awful.
Amazon. They're getting better, but I still think that
But I don't. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
all right. Let's wrap it up.
Oh, you want to wrap it up? You got enough? Wow, you can't. Well,
I mean, unless someone wants to go in and see me order coffee.
No, I mean, I'll talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. People want to go in Dunkin' Donuts. This Chipotle. How's everybody doing? We're in Virginia. Doing some chores for the baby. How's everyone doing? It's a beautiful summer day. It's really nice. It's hot. Lousy Eddie. I love how this guy's name is Lousy Eddie. What do you think?
Related to Crazy Eddie? Or
I think so, maybe. Frozen Frappuccino, anybody? Anyone? Now I promised him DC and Maryland, right? Yeah, we need to get to DC and Maryland.
We're not in DC yet.
We'll hit both. That's the plan. Do you think anyone else wants something or no?
What?
You think anyone else will want something? No. Alright, I'm alright. I don't think so.
Can you get a large black coffee? Anything?
Should we get Simon Munchkins or no? Will he want
I'll
those?
take 1 chocolate munchkin. Alright, thanks.
Maybe like just 1 specific munchkin? Yeah. I'll take 1 too.
So charge us for 2.
2 munchkins. Thanks, man. Have you ever done that before?
Oh wait, can I get a little bag for this? Just cause
Yeah, I gotta charge you for 2 actually.
That's fine. I don't care.
It's 50 cents. It's
right.
307.
Okay.
You want to pay for it?
No, I got it.
Oh, he's got the app. The Dunkin' Donuts app.
Alright, thanks.
Thanks, man.
Keep it out of the way.
That's not good. That was pretty good. Oreo, probably terrible for you though. Is 1 munchkin gonna be enough? Alright. Munchkin for the munchkin.
Gonna be enough for him. I mean,
maybe I'll just let him have both.
No.
Alright.
1.
Just 1. Alright. So getting back in the car. Thanks for joining us. Lousy Eddie. Domenico Nicolo is here. I love Domenico Nicolo. You know what's great about me? And like every single Periscope, someone comes in and says, "Hello from Turkey." So apparently Periscope is huge in Turkey and Brazil, which is great. Which means Twitter must be happy. Oh, while we're on the subject, Twitter is Twitter actually in trouble?
I mean, in trouble.
So like Twitter stock, they changed Dick Costello. They changed the CEO.
They have the same problem they've always had, which is like how.
Whoops. Wait.
Oh. All right, we're good. Which is how are they going to generate enough revenue?
Right.
which was always a problem with Twitter to begin with. I mean, they only have so many things that they can do to generate revenue. Like, they don't really
advertising,
have, right, but there are only so many forms of advertising.
Well, now Periscope. Do you think so? Now that we're on Periscope, we're using Periscope.
Yes.
What is for video advertising or some kind of?
How are they?
They make deals with celebrities, special concerts,
like,
events, buying.
I guess. I mean, like, have they made any money off Vine?
I don't know.
Well, Vine got pretty big. I don't think they ever made any money off of it, though.
So are there any people that actually, like, I know Brittany Ferland, you got the King James, other people that are popular Viners, but is there any Viners that you actually, like, really enjoyed? Or
Me?
Yeah. No.
I mean, you're asking the wrong person. I mean,
no, I know I am, but I'm asking you anyway.
I think Vine, I mean, the biggest problem is that I think, like, you know, the fact that Instagram then came out with, like, the same idea definitely hurt Vine, but, like, I also just think that, like, in terms of a revenue generator, like, I don't see how you can make money. How do you make money off Vine?
I don't know. Well, how do you make money off that? I mean, that's the big question for anything. How do you make money off any of these platforms?
Well, if it's all going to be advertising based, then I mean, Periscope, I guess they can charge people to, like, store more Periscopes, but I don't know how many people are going to buy that.
I would think they would give it for free. They want people to. No.
I mean, they might. Well, yeah, but they're not going to let people store, like, gigs and gigs and gigs of video. Like,
maybe I would pay for it, but what am I going to pay? A couple dollars a month? I mean, I guess everyone that would do that.
If you get enough people to do that, then...
Right, that's a lot of money. I guess that's a good idea.
But how can they insert ads into someone's live stream?
They can't. well, unless you agree to it. You can agree to it, and then it becomes like YouTube.
What I guess what I'm saying is, like, it would just be, like, even if they did it based on location and they served us an ad that was, like, based on something right around here. How would that be relevant to but how would that be relevant to anyone who is watching it? No,
they'd have to show you. Actually, that might be a good idea. They could show you ads based on your location, especially if you're, like, on the go. You're watching on the go. You're watching on the commute.
I mean, that's assuming you're using location services, and that's assuming that, like...
It's a lot of assuming.
I mean, well, you're basically asking it to, like, serve up a different ad for every single person who logs on. Like, it's kind of a difficult proposition. So.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. I mean, I assume what they're going to do is just try to integrate it into Twitter.
Periscope's like on early TV, someone said. I know there is a guy, I know Bradman TV, an hour or $50 an hour scope, and I guess if you want to do that just to promote somebody.
And, like, someone paid him $50 to, like...
Yeah, he had people sign up. He basically did $50 slots.
But, like, to do what?
To promote whatever their brand is.
Like, he just goes on Periscope and talks about it?
Or not even the whole time, just for a little bit, like, for most of the time, but... Or sponsored by...
Why would anyone watch that?
I mean, the thing is, you build a following. He already had a following.
Does anyone want to, like, even if I had a following, like, even if I follow someone...
That would be
I
annoying.
want to watch him talk about, like, Tide for an hour.
Right, I don't necessarily think he's talking about it the whole time. I think a better...
It's like, this hour brought to you by Tide?
I think it's a combination. I think it depends on who it was. But I think like, all the podcasts do that. All the podcasts are like, you know, by Audible.
Right, but there's, like, actual, like, there's an already...
Content.
Well, there's a format for that, right? Like, podcasts are just radio shows that you can download. So, like, radio has ads, and, like, they say, okay, like, we're going to take a break.
Are scooping in. I mean, I did sign up for the New York Periscope Summit and see what it's about, and I mean, everybody, look, I do social media for a living, and I would not want to, unless I was actually doing someone's account and specifically, like, working on what they're... I'm in Virginia, by the way. There's a guy who reviews products and sells them. All right. That makes sense. That's not so bad, is it?
He reviews products, but, like, why not just do that on YouTube?
He probably does it. I think a lot of people are using Periscope, YouTube.
And he personally sells them?
Probably has some kind of, like a referral link, an Amazon link?
Or something? Or?
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, if it's his own business, that makes more sense if you have your own business.
Yeah, I actually think, like, that seems like something that would make sense as a promotional tool to be like, here's my line of products. Right. You can buy them at my website, but, like, you know, Twitter doesn't make any money.
Web store?
Twitter doesn't make any money off that, though, which was what we were talking about, right?
No, you're right.
Like, if I use Periscope to promote myself, like, Twitter doesn't make any money off that.
No, I mean, Twitter just gets more people using more activity.
Right, but the original question when we left was, like, is Twitter in trouble and how do you make money? Well, like, they don't make any money that way.
Well, I have said before that I think Google's going to buy Twitter or someone's going to buy Twitter, and Seth's like they would have done that already, right? What? So do you think?
Well, I just don't understand. Like,
Twitter would never sell.
Why? First of all, I don't think Twitter's going to sell at this point. But also, like, Google buying it doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. Like,
For Twitter or for Google?
It doesn't really make much sense for either one.
You don't think that Twitter could help Google?
Google in what way?
You don't think? I just think like Twitter and Periscope. Well, when it comes to celebrities online, when it comes to social media, wouldn't you agree that celebrities using Twitter, and I know most people don't know about them on Periscope, but they're using Twitter and Periscope more than they are, I would think, Facebook. No.
I mean,
personally,
Facebook doesn't care about celebrities because they have many more users, which they're generating income on.
That's true. We are with my brother. Where are we right now? We're going from Virginia to DC?
We are going from Virginia to DC. We're going to go over the Memorial Bridge and then into DC and then on to Rock Creek Parkway to Maryland. So.
Awesome. Any specific sites we're going to see along the way?
Well, if you can, you'll see the back of the Lincoln Memorial. You'll probably be able to see the Washington. There's a Washington Monument up there. If you once we pass this bridge, you'll be able to see it. There it is.
There it is, big and tall.
And then, yeah, you'll see we'll pass behind the back of the Lincoln Memorial, but you won't be able to see anything really. So
exciting. That's what you're the one. So when you come, if you come to take a trip in DC, those are two of the places you want to stop, huh? Or what in your opinion? What's the best thing to see in DC as a tourist? Do you have an opinion on that, or?
The FDR Memorial is really cool, and it's kind of like hidden away. It's like off the mall, but it's pretty cool. And not many people know about it or go to it, so it's usually not that crowded. And it's kind of one, as opposed to the other ones, it's much more of a like walk-through memorial. So it's got multiple parts that you can stop at. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of out of the way, so you need to like.
Pensive lives in Norfolk, 2 hours away.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah,
not too far away. Did you find us on the map? That'd be funny. Memorial Bridge. Yeah, here we go.
We're gonna go right. Oh yeah, we're gonna go. But we're gonna go right by the Arlington Cemetery.
I went there once. That's worth doing at least once.
Which is over there on that side. We're going this way then.
We're going from Virginia to DC.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, somebody was saying how Twitter marketers. He's saying they're old school, not using Facebook. I think if you're a marketer, you're using everything. I would imagine. But clouds are really cool today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like Twitter. But also, Twitter's been like so. They haven't done anything about it. So.
Yeah, we're not far from the 495.
Yeah, we're not that far from the Beltway, so we're inside the Beltway.
Inside the Beltway.
Yeah, but they talk about look, that guy's got one.
Oh, look, we got the motorcycle. There are a lot of bikers every weekend.
In town for anything. I think it's.
Oh no, but they were in town like a couple weeks ago.
Oh well, there's Rolling Thunder Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, that was right, Memorial Day. And so movie-wise, you think the best movie of the summer is Mad Max? Or
it's the best thing that I've seen.
Yeah.
Inside Out was really good too.
Oh, did you see Inside Out?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You went with your wife, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. So we're both from New York. I live in New York. My brother lives outside DC. But I get here a lot. Usually, it's close to name. So look at a little bit of traffic, just a little circle jam. Look at that, all the way backed up. Is that off the expressway, or?
That's off the George Washington Expressway.
Quintana Orangern is here. That's real name.
That would be nice.
Quintino Rodriguez. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to replay this because they're going to see Virginia, DC, Maryland, and Comic-Con. They're going to be like, what are they talking about? Bill, we talked a little bit about Bill Murray. My brother thinks he hasn't done anything great in a while. I like seeing Vincent. He didn't see it. And Olive Kitteridge, she didn't see either, but he had a decent small part.
I mean, like, he's definitely his work, when he did Rushmore around that time, like, things were definitely, I feel like he's just taking, Rock the Casbah looks awful.
I thought it looked good, though. We'll see. It might be. It's not Aloha, but it does feel Cameron Crowe-ish, right?
I don't know.
Hey, Brazil.
I feel like Barry Levinson got a bunch of his friends to agree to do a movie, and then now this is the product of it. So.
There you go. There's the Washington Monument. This guy in Norfolk said he usually uses his car and take the metro, which is probably a smart thing to do, right?
Yes, we are just on a more limited time span.
Yeah, we still have the time. Yeah, we're doing an errand in Virginia.
Yeah, we're going and coming back.
Running some errands.
But yeah, so Metro is usually a faster way to go. So.
Yeah, I like the Metro. It's cleaner than New York subway, so I don't know if it's faster.
I think, the thing I'm looking forward to most really is the Aaron Sorkin, Danny Boyle, Steve Jobs movie. So
now this is like the third or fourth Steve Jobs entertaining story. I mean,
there was a TV movie with Noah Wyle
and Michael Anthony Hall,
which I don't think anyone would really count. And then there's the awful Ashton Kutcher one.
And that's it. There's no other ones. That's it.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but so do you not feel it's going to be very Social Network like, similar? They're older, but
I don't think so. Mostly because it's being done in 3 scenes.
But you don't think it's going to be a lot like Steve? Obviously, Steve Jobs is people hold him higher regard than Zuckerberg. Maybe it depends on the generation. But you don't think that the Steve Jobs role will be similar to the Mark Zuckerberg role? No.
No,
Thanks.
I don't think so.
We're enjoying it. Thanks for being part of the ride. Hope you're having fun. You don't think it's gonna be the same thing? And Woz is gonna be a little bit like what's his face, Spider-Man? Or I'm sorry, the former Spider-Man.
Edward Saverin.
Or
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Stone. You mean?
I thought they broke up. I think.
I think they got back together. Maybe. Not that it matters.
Anyway, Spider-Man and
Toby.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Well, he captured the essence of like the Spider-Man from the comics much better than Tobey Maguire. So.
Yeah, maybe. But this kid's getting even younger, so.
Yeah, well. Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were the best things about the Spider-Man, the last two. It's just the rest of the movie, the movie around them was awful. Both of them.
The writing is bad. You saw the second Amazing Spider-Man with Jamie Foxx and.
I did, yeah.
Awful.
Well, Jamie Foxx. It was.
What was he? Electro? Was that it?
The biggest problem is that it really felt like one of the 1990s comic book movies that killed like a Batman and Robin style movie. It's like, how many villains can we put in this movie? It was very reminiscent of Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin. Like in how awful it was. But.
True.
And then Dane DeHaan was Norman. They also were trying to expand the Spider-Man universe. So they tried to cram a ton of stuff into the movie so they could do Sinister Six and a bunch of other stuff, and none of that panned out. So.
I'm eating a chocolate munchkin. I got one. From my nephew.
But basically, it doesn't really matter because as long as Sony makes a Spider-Man movie every X number of years, they keep the rights forever. So that's just because Marvel signed that deal a long time. Same thing with Fox and Fantastic.
Well, no, now Marvel and Sony have a new deal where every movie is made together now.
Well, they're making it together, but it's a Sony movie. It's a Sony movie. Just that Spider-Man is part of the Marvel.
No, but it'll be back and forth, right? So this is a Sony movie, but Captain America with him making an appearance is a Marvel movie, right?
Right.
So does this mean that they're going to do you think you're going to see Captain America or any Marvel characters in the Spider-Man movie or no way?
I doubt it.
No?
Mostly because, Sony needs Marvel. Marvel doesn't need Sony. So, they're not going to let Sony control any of their characters, but they're happy to have Sony let them, have some control.
But is it fair to say that Spider-Man is the most popular Marvel character or no?
Definitely up there. But I do think though there's certain in the movie world, I feel like the fact that there's now been 6 movies since 2000, so there's been 6 movies in 15 years. I think people are a little burned out on it. Don't you think?
I think so, but I thought.
I'm sorry, it's been 5 movies in 50. Sorry,
no, but the best
movies.
I think
it's going to be another one.
I think Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man is good. People think Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man movie so far.
Yeah, but the last 3 have been bad. So Spider-Man 3 was bad.
But you liked the first Garfield movie, right?
It's fine. I wouldn't say it's great though. It was fine as a starting point, but did anyone want to see another Spider-Man origin story again?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They won't want to see a kid get bitten by a spider again. And have to go through the whole
And do you think that's what they're gonna show us? We're gonna get with Holland?
If they're starting from him being 13, they're gonna have to, right?
Right. And what do you think about Marissa Tomei's Aunt May? Does that make a difference?
Not really.
Is she too young to be Aunt May, or he's young?
Well,
so
they're de-aging everything, so
right.
I think it's.
she'll be the youngest Aunt May of all time. I mean, is she even 50 yet? I don't even know.
Well, right, but they're starting it from when, like, you know, he's like, what, 13? He becomes
Right.
Spider-Man or something?
I mean, I think Tom Holland in general is like 10, right? Or no, he's what, 11?
He's not 10.
All right, he's 12. He's almost 10. A little bit. What about YouTube? Are there YouTube channels you actually watch? I mean, you're more into podcasts than you are into YouTubers, right?
There's some YouTube stuff I like. I like, I don't know.
Fine Brothers, occasionally.
Yeah, some of their stuff, though I feel like it's getting a little played out at this point, right? Like, how many
Reaction videos.
X reacts to Y videos can... I mean, some of them are funny, but I feel like they make so many of them now. It's like... I don't know. I like some video game channel stuff, like Boogie2988 is pretty good.
I like Boogie. He's funny. Now, I did talk a little bit about PewDiePie a few times, and one guy was talking about how, like, even though it's not your cup of tea, he's working hard and he deserves the 7 million.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think the whole, like, oh, this guy makes videos and he makes... I mean, look, if people like his stuff, like, you know, there's a reason why actors get paid $20 million because people go see their movies. So if that many people are gonna watch his videos, and he... I mean,
it is ridiculous. I think it's... I mean, he is what it is, but it's ridiculous. He's like the number 9 most searched term ever, like in top 10. Like,
yeah,
music
but like
is number 1.
he did that from scratch. Like,
that's true.
I mean, like, he was just some guy who started making...
Do you
videos.
think though he got a little bit of a boost from Google and YouTube, right? He didn't just like...
Well, I think he got a boost from just being like, you know, he was one of the first big, like, Let's Play guys. So like there were a lot of media coverage about him, and you know.
What?
But I do think it's ridiculous that people like act like you're like, oh, like he makes all this money. Like, well,
Right.
he only makes that money because people watch his videos.
Right.
So,
It's not like yeah.
It's not like some company is just paying him that money and like he's not generating any
Content.
Like, he makes. I mean, I'm sure he works a ton. Like he must work.
He might, even though it's fun. I'm sure he's working. But what?
I'm sure
do you?
where he rolls out of bed and says, "I don't want to scream at video game."
Right.
Like he does it, and people watch it.
Well, someone was making a point that he is positive, which is also why people like him. But and he handles trolls well. What are there?
Well, also, I mean, on top of it, like anything else, like popularity begets more popularity. So the more people that watch, and the more people that share the videos, and the more people that tell their friends. I mean, you know, once you like, he only keeps getting, you know, and then they were making fun of it, like the whole thing, but like he got that publicity. So
That's true. You're right.
But
are there any gaming channels that you think are underrated or good? Like to me, I don't understand. I like playing games and I get strategy, but I don't understand
like the Let's Play stuff.
Yeah,
like,
is that what you said you like, or what?
No, I mean, not really. Mostly because if I have that time, I'd rather play myself than watch. But I understand why people do it. So
you do? I don't totally understand. I understand strategy, but I don't understand.
Well, because like I mean, like it's actually not that different though from the old days. You go over to someone's house and someone's playing a one-player game, and like you watch your friends play.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
you're gonna get a chance. It's not just gonna be.
But not necessarily. Like, I mean, there is something to watching
someone doing playing their game with expertise, I should say.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like I personally don't really care about it that much, but like I understand why.
All right, and so where are we right now? We're in DC still.
We're in DC.
All right.
So we're heading to Connecticut Avenue, and then from there up Connecticut Avenue to Maryland.
Cool. And we're by the park.
Yep. We just drove through the park, so Rock Creek Park.
A lot of trucks here. Wide load.
But yeah, I don't. It's the PewDiePie thing. Like he put out a good video. Like basically,
You're saying you liked one of his videos?
Well, it
Responded.
doesn't really matter like how much money, and like no one should really care.
Someone said he does a lot of stuff with charity too, on top of it.
I'm sure he does. So. But I don't know. It's I mean, I don't really care for his videos, but like more power to him.
Well, but do you think he has a shelf life, or he's going to be around forever, like for a long time?
No, I don't.
I don't mean forever. I mean, but like 30 years. 20 years.
No, I think it's
he'll get older.
He's like a personality, so like at some point people just start to get tired of them, and they there's a year and he's not like blowing it all. I think he's gonna be okay.
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll do just fine. Are we in Maryland yet? Technically?
Nope, we're in DC. That was a zoo.
Oh. You used to live around here, Cleveland Park, some traffic.
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't know. Like, but Boogie to 988's pretty, his stuff is pretty good.
I just like when he gets mad. He reminds me of the Angry video.
Oh, he does the Francis character?
Yeah, the Francis character.
Angry Joe, he's pretty good. I don't know.
Does Angry Nintendo nerd, is he still as good?
He's the Angry Video Game nerd now.
It's played out.
But he does more, he doesn't really do the character that often. He just does
normal.
Yeah, well, I think he realized that he played it to its fullest, extent. But his videos are good, though. I mean, no, they were.
All right, cool. And podcasts. I mean, I love Doug Loves Movies. I love listening to Nerdist and Mark Maron a little bit. But you have those are like not even in your top like 5, are they? You have like a million other podcasts you listen to.
Yeah, I don't know. I listen to. I don't really, I'm not. See, it seems like you're big into like interview podcasts, which I generally don't care for. So mostly because I just feel I find most interviews to be like not that interesting.
Right.
Which is why I can't really watch like late night TV, the broadcast. Like, 'cause I even find most of those interviews are just.
I like them because they're not like full on interviews. You hear people these people interact normally more so than they would on those shows, but. The Doug Loves Movies is less about interviews and more about just them trying to be funny.
I just don't know if I find Doug Benson that funny.
I don't think he's that funny either. I just think it's interesting more than funny.
But the fact that basically the entire thing is like I'm stoned all the time.
But he doesn't really do it that much on there. But
I mean that's like his general thing now.
Yeah, his Jurassic World. So you didn't see Jurassic World, did you?
Nope, I didn't see it. I don't really have that much interest in seeing it, even though it's apparent.
And people said it was good. Or good.
Well, I don't know if people say. I don't know how many people have said it's good.
It's definitely not as good as the first one. I mean, I think that's
it's just. I mean, I feel like the thing I can't really get past, and it might just be me. It's like, it just seems like there's no. It's hard to get past the fact that there's just no way that anyone would ever build this theme park.
Right? Why would they do it again?
Well, there's just no. It's just no. Well, there's just no way that after what what insurance company would ever insure this?
Well, it's a movie, sure.
I know, but it's supposed to be based on this theme park could actually happen.
Some people actually like the new Terminator movie. Not a lot, most not critics, but
no one liked it.
Nobody liked that movie.
Well, that's also it's funny because I felt like this summer we're now in the year of the sidequel is what it's called now, right?
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah. Where basically they just ignore other sequels and make sequels to so
it's like they start over.
Well, Jurassic World ignores a Lost World and ignores Jurassic Park 3. It pretends that it's just a sequel to the original.
Right.
And Genesis apparently ignores 3 and Salvation and just pretends that only T1 and T2 happened.
Right. Well,
I think that's what they're calling it now.
So do you think,
which is a good term for it.
So do you think people get pissed off because of that, or they don't really care?
I think if it's good, I think people don't care. I mean, I think the problem with Terminator franchise is that they've twisted themselves into so many knots trying to create more movies when Terminator 1 and T2 were probably the only ones that ever needed to exist.
Right. Well, nothing needs to exist.
But I mean, the story, you've told...
The story was over.
Basically. Right, yeah, Judgment, they avoided Judgment Day, right?
Right.
That was the end. And then it's oh wait, no, sorry, we're just gonna keep going back in time, and now further back in time.
Well, they make it convoluted.
And now, it's
spoiler.
Someone brought up a good point, though. Why do the robots... Why do the ones in Terminator that don't have the humans, don't have human skin on them, the ones that are just the metal ones, why do they have teeth?
Do they have teeth?
Yeah. We'll pull it up. You can probably see it in front. You know, the metal skeleton, the exoskeleton, they have teeth. Yeah. Why do they have teeth?
Well, they have eyes too, though.
Fine, but most of the time...
And they have a nose, don't they?
Most of the time, no, they look like a little slit. But, most of the time with robots, I can see making eyes, right? Because they can make it so that's how the robot sees where to go. Mm-hmm. But why do they have teeth?
So it can use as a weapon to chomp on you?
They're not chompers, no. They're just normal teeth.
Right. No, good point. I don't know. Well, because they made the first one without thinking about a sequel, because in the first one there were no human robots.
Well, no, I don't think they showed any.
Really? Well, there was Schwarzenegger, but
they showed any of those, right?
They only showed the only robot that had any human was Schwarzenegger.
I just think it's weird though that like going back to the Sci-Pole thing, is that it's like I feel like it's weird that like they think it's totally okay to be like, you know what, like these 2 or 3 movies, like those never happened. We're just gonna go back and make a sequel to. We're just gonna decide to make a sequel to a movie that already has multiple sequels. So,
well,
like,
and then I don't. Yeah, like the time. Well, but I think Terminator and Jurassic World, you say, like, with Jurassic World, you say nobody would ever open another theme park. And with Terminator, you're like, what? The timeline doesn't make any sense. The way they mess up with the timeline, all the movies would like. They'd all run into each other, right?
Also, I don't even understand. Like, I mean, I haven't seen Terminator Genesis, but like, is the whole movie basically like, well, because basically, if Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese never have sex, then John Connor's never born. So if John Connor causes Judgment Day, they just don't have sex with each other, and then it's over, right?
Right, but is that what they're saying? That it's John
I don't
Connor's
know,
fault?
but
I
like,
don't know.
that's the thing. It's like John Connor is now.
Also, like,
It seems like Judgment Day. They're always fighting to like. If here's the problem is that if Judgment Day can never be avoided, then like the movies, like, why watch them?
Well, the big joke is Macy.
Which was kind of the end of Terminator 3, right? The end of Terminator 3 was like Judgment Day can never be avoided. Like,
That's kind of what they said, right?
Which is like it'll happen. Like no matter what you do, it's gonna.
And
happen.
the best, I didn't see Salvation, but of course the best part I say of Salvation was, "What will you do with my lights? You stand on my lights." But it's a foregone conclusion if they make Terminator 5, and Macy Williams will be Sarah Connor, right?
Well, but Salvation actually, like, it's not good, but it's where the franchise needed to go.
I guess technically this was 5, 6. I mean, right? Technically this is Terminator 5.
Right. Salvation is where it
I don't
needed to
count
go.
Salvation
Where if, like,
as a
after
Terminator.
3, you're like, Judgment Day is going to happen, then you need to finally show Judgment Day.
Isn't that what
in the
Salvation?
world.
Wasn't that what Salvation was?
It was not good. But
You saw it?
Yeah, but that's where the franchise. That's where it has to go, or else it's just like.
Well, that's the thing too. Like in Salvation, did they explain why Judgment Day has happened? I thought they avoided Judgment Day.
No, in 3, the end of 3,
Oh, they said
Judgment
it
Day is
could be-
going to happen.
Oh,
You
so-
can't avoid it.
Oh, so that's why
End
they
of
showed
2, the end of 2 is Judgment Day was avoided or at least pushed off. Then 3 is like, oh no, it's definitely happening.
Right.
So then 4 was like, which is kind of what you needed to happen. I mean, the problem is like no one cared and no one wanted to see it. It was bad. So
Right. That's true. We're almost in Maryland, right?
yeah. So anyway, but
It's true. I mean, like, but Mad Max. Now, Mad Max was a
really, it's not a reboot. It's a sequel.
the Mad Max is a sequel.
Yeah.
They.
But there's no continuity between the all the Mad Maxes are just like a story of what happens to Max in this world. Like there's no real.
But you're saying this isn't an origin story.
it's not.
Okay.
I mean, Tom Hardy. They're basically acting as if like
Oh my God.
Tom Hardy is Mel Gibson, and like that's the same character, and it's just another story that's happening to him.
Can we just talk about how many people have cut you off going in the left lane into oncoming
Well, you
traffic?
know why? Because this is this road during rush hour. It's 4 lanes up until a certain point,
and they
and it's
change it.
2 lanes, and then it changes. So that guy realized I think he was gonna get hit. So he
Crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So,
And then
Mad Max is really good. I would definitely recommend.
Mad Max is really good. And then we can talk about. I know my brother really likes to. I think Kevin Smith is whatever. My brother, he did lose almost as much weight as you did, Kevin Smith, right? I think he lost even more, 85 pounds.
He had the gastric sleeve, right?
That helped something.
Yeah.
But talk about the
Yeah.
ridiculousness of Clerks 3.
I mean, do we have to? I mean, like,
Do we even?
well, I mean, Clerks 2 is awful. And,
Right.
I mean, like, so it kind of, I mean, I guess, like, you know, he's already done an awful Clerks movie. Why not make another one? I just think it's like,
Just for money. Because
what I want to know is like, where is he getting the funding for these movies?
Isn't
Like,
Harvey Weinstein still
No,
funding
he
him?
doesn't know. I think they stopped funding it.
So Kevin Smith lost Harvey Weinstein. He lost Ben Affleck. I
No,
heard.
Kevin Smith gets now is
Well, it's podcast money. It's podcast.
No, he's independently financing like all of his movies. But what I don't understand is like
Who's
none of
showing
his
them?
movies make any money.
They have to make something.
No, like Tusk made like literally like nothing. It came out and like basically bombed immediately. And
That's not a
then,
movie you saw or would see, right?
No, but like, or Red State didn't make. I mean, like, I don't really understand.
Didn't he make them pretty cheaply?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean like. But like, if you're a film like financier, Like, your goal in life is not to, like, lose a little bit of money or break even. You invest in films in the hopes that, like, you make money.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I guess I don't understand how he continues to get funding when his movies are at best breaking even. Where it's like, if I'm gonna give, here's the thing: if I'm gonna give you $15 million, and then you make a movie and you make a $15 million profit and you hand it over to me, like, why do they do that? Unless he.
Well, some people just like him and like the arts, and they're not doing.
The arts,
the arts.
I'm just saying,
the art of Kevin.
I can see that if you said, like, oh, who's funding? You know, we need independent financing for the next, like,
Paul Thomas Anderson,
or even like, I mean, just like really small, like, artsy type thing. Like, Kevin Smith is not making. I mean, he makes things that people like, but like, I don't think he would call them art.
Wow.
The fact that he's making, I mean, Mallrats 2 is much worse, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right, Mallrats 2. Well, so wait, what's happening?
I mean,
Clerks 3 or Mallrats 2? I don't even know.
Isn't it called Mallrats now?
Oh yeah, and everyone thought that was a joke, but that was real.
You know it's bad when you're like, my movie's called this, and everyone's like, oh, funny, and you're like, no, that's not what the title is. Like,
it's like lazy.
But also, like, you know, now he has this film coming out where, like, it stars his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter, whatever, Yoga Hosers or whatever it's called.
Oh, he's friends with, and Johnny Depp's in it, right?
I think so, but it's just like...
What's it called? Like, it's a Canadian movie?
It's about, like, convenience store. It's a spin-off of Tusk. He spun off a movie that no one saw.
Wait, Tusk or Clerks? You say convenience store.
No, it's like in Tusk, like, Justin Long goes to some convenience store in Canada and these are the girls that work there, and now they get their own movie.
But it's a Canadian female version of Clerks, no?
No, because they're like, I think it's more focused around, like, they work at a convenience store, but, like, they do yoga. I don't know. It's like,
we're not even supposed to be here today. What does Kevin Smith know about yoga? Is from living in LA and losing weight? Or, I don't get it.
I don't know. I just think, you know, it's...
Would you prefer another Jay and Silent Bob movie?
I would prefer, I mean, I actually think, you know, I don't really prefer anything from him.
How about no, Kevin? How about no?
I mean, a personality. I mean, he's certainly, like, he's funny, you know, whatever. But, like, I think he's long been done making anything worth seeing. So.
All right. Well, thanks for your chat. We're gonna take off. Bye, everybody.